Hello, friends. It's so nice to see you today. Are you ready to do something very special with me? We are going to make a garden. But this isn't just any garden. It's a teeny tiny garden that you can hold in your hands. It's called a terrarium. Can you say that with me? Terrarium. That's a big word, isn't it? It just means a little world that lives inside a glass jar. It's like having your very own secret garden that you can keep right in your room. We can watch it grow and change every single day. Doesn't that sound like so much fun? Before we can build our tiny world, we need to go on a treasure hunt. But our treasures aren't gold or jewels. Our treasures are things we can find in nature. First, we need a clear jar with a lid. It can be big or small, round or tall. Any clear jar will work wonderfully. This will be the house for our garden. Next on our treasure list is soil. Do you know what soil is? It's the dark, soft stuff we find in the ground. It's like a cozy bed for the plant's roots. Soil is full of good things that help plants grow big and strong. It's their food. Now for something sparkly. Let's find some small stones or pebbles. We can find them outside in the garden or maybe at a park. Look for stones that are different colors and shapes. Let's gather a little handful of our favorite ones. And the most important treasure of all, our little plants. Look for plants with tiny leaves. We can even find a little bit of soft green moss. Moss feels like a soft carpet. Let's choose 2 or 3 little plant friends. Are you ready to start building? Let's take our clean, empty jar. The very first thing we will do is make a special layer at the bottom. This is the job for our stones and pebbles. Remember the pretty stones we found? Let's take them now. We are going to place them gently, one by one, at the bottom of our jar. Listen to the little clink, clink, clink sound they make as they land. This layer of stones is very, very important. It's like a secret drainage system for our plants. What does that mean? Any extra water can drip down and hide in the spaces between the stones. This keeps the soil from getting too muddy and wet. Look at our layer of stones. Do you see all the different colors? I see a gray one, a white one, and one with little speckles on it. They look so pretty at the bottom of the glass. How does it look to you? This is the foundation of our tiny world. What comes next? After our layer of pretty stones, it's time to add the soil. We can use a small spoon or our hands to gently scoop the soil and put it inside. Let's try to make a nice, even layer. We want enough soil for our plants to put their roots in and get cozy. Let's fill the jar about 1/3 of the way with our wonderful soil. This soil is so important. It's full of food for our plants. Plants get hungry, just like we do. But they don't eat pizza or apples. They eat tiny, invisible nutrients that are in the soil. Their roots will reach down into this dark, rich soil and soak up all the yummy food they need to grow big and strong. Look at the jar now. We have 2 beautiful layers. Can you see them through the glass? At the bottom, we have our colorful stones, and right on top of them, we have our dark, rich blanket of soil. It looks like a yummy layer cake, doesn't it? Before we move on, let's gently pat down the soil with our fingertips or the back of a spoon. Just a little pat, pat, pat. It is time for the most special part of our project. It's time to invite our little green friends into their new home. Let's take our tiny plants. We need to be very, very gentle with them. First, we'll use our finger or a small stick to poke a little hole in the soft soil. This is where our plant will live. We are making a little pocket in the soil blanket, just the right size for our plant's roots. Now let's carefully take our first plant out of its little pot. Look, you can see all its roots. Roots are like tiny straws that drink up water and food from the soil. Let's gently tickle the roots to loosen them up a little bit. Then, ever so carefully, we will place the plant into the little hole we made in the soil. Once our plant is in the hole, we can use our fingers to gently push the soil around its base. Pat, pat, pat the soil around the plant. This helps the plant stand up tall and strong. It lets the plant know that it is safe and secure in its new home. Let's do the same for our other little plant friends, finding a special spot for each one. There. Look what you've done. Our plants are all tucked in. They are standing up in their new home and they look so happy. Our little green friends are all settled in their new home, but now it's time to make their world even more magical. This is the fun part where we get to decorate. We can add more of our special treasures to the garden. Do you have any pretty shells or a special smooth rock? We can place them carefully on top of the soil. Maybe one goes near the big plant, and a little shell goes near the moss. What else could live in our tiny world? Maybe a little animal friend. We can find the perfect spot for our toy friend to live. Maybe the little bunny can hide behind a leaf, playing peekaboo. Adding a little friend makes it a story, a world full of imagination. Let's look at our soft green moss. Remember that? Moss is a wonderful plant that feels like a soft carpet. We can tear off a small piece of the moss and place it on an empty spot on the soil. It will look like a tiny, green lawn for our toy animals to play on. You have built a beautiful, magical home for your plants and their little friends. It looks absolutely perfect. Our little world is built, and it looks amazing. But our plant friends are probably feeling a little thirsty after all that moving. It's time to give them their first drink of water in their new home. We can use a small spray bottle to give them a gentle mist, like a soft morning dew. Psht, psht, psht. If you don't have a spray bottle, that's okay. We can use a small spoon. We can carefully and slowly drip the water onto the soil near the base of each plant. Drip, drop, drip, drop. Watch what happens when the water touches the soil. Can you see the soil get a little darker? You might even see little water droplets on the leaves of the plants. They look like tiny, sparkly jewels, don't they? After we give our plants a drink, it's time for the final step. We are going to put the lid on our jar. The water will evaporate, turn into tiny, invisible drops in the air, and then turn back into water on the glass and drip back down to the soil. It's like a tiny rainstorm inside your jar. Our terrarium is all finished. Now we need to find the perfect place for it to live in our house. Plants need light to grow. Light is their energy, like food is our energy. So we need to find a spot that is bright but not too sunny. How about near a window? A window where the light comes in gently is a great choice. We can place our terrarium on a windowsill or a small table right by the window. This way, our little plants can soak up all the lovely, bright light they need throughout the day. There. It looks so beautiful sitting in the light. This is its home now. Now comes the best part of all. Watching. Your job as a garden keeper is to be a good observer. Every day you can go and visit your tiny world. Get up close to the glass. What do you see today? Are the leaves looking green and happy? Do you see any little water droplets on the inside of the glass? That's the water cycle happening. It's like being a scientist, making observations and discoveries about your very own ecosystem. Be very curious. Ask questions. I wonder if a new leaf will grow this week. You can share your discoveries with your family. You can show them your beautiful terrarium and tell them all about how you made it. You can point to the different layers and explain what each one does. You are the expert on this tiny world, and you can teach others all about its secrets. Your terrarium is your very own little piece of nature to care for and love. By watching it, you are learning how to be gentle, patient, and kind. You are learning how plants live and grow, and how everything in nature works together to help each other. So keep watching, keep wondering, and keep enjoying your beautiful, magical world in a jar. You are a wonderful gardener, and your tiny world is so lucky to have you.